prospect I will try.
Google. He said Google.
Google.
Oh, yes.
That's a prospect I will try.
Actually, that's a good point. Let me show this to you guys really quick. Hopefully you already know about this, but in case you don't, you should know. If you go to google.com
I will try to YouTube.
and
YouTube?
YouTube? And you type in your search terms here. So we'll say composition teaching. Now, it brings up your search results, right? But if you go up here, see this row of links up here? Click more, and you see one that says Scholar. Click that, and it brings up scholarly articles about your search. So, let's see, reality, consensus, and reform in the rhetoric of composition teaching. Oh my. I have a whole fat book of journal articles at home about composition teaching. Oh look, and you can get the PDF of it. There you go. We'll wait for it to load. There you go. Now you have an entire article, scholarly article, about composition teaching.
Do we have like read the whole book to get like source or something?
Actually, by reading the abstract, maybe reading the introduction and the conclusion, you can get a lot of the main information. But let me just tell you this, from my own personal experience, it's very important to try to really understand what your sources are about, what's in them, what's the content, what the author is really trying to say. Because once upon a time, I used a book source that I thought it was really interesting, and I thought it had all the information that I needed about my topic. But it was a text based on philosophy, and I know almost nothing about philosophy, and apparently this particular philosopher, or maybe philosophers in general, wrote in a very complicated way. And at that time, and he used a lot of terms that I did not know what they meant. So at the time, I could not fully understand that book. But guess what I did? I used it for my paper anyway. I was like, well, I'm just gonna say that it means this, even though I don't really know if it means that or not. So later, I found out that I was completely wrong. Completely wrong.
Before you turn the paper or after?
After. Completely wrong. So it's important to try your best to really understand what's in your source.
But if you got like 3 sources or something in the paper, you have to write 3 books or 4 books.
Well, with books, like I said, usually if you read the table of contents, the introduction, and then you find out which chapter has the information that you want. Usually if you read maybe the chapter before that, and then the chapter you want, and then the chapter after it, it'll give you a good enough idea of what's happening in the book that you wouldn't have to read the whole book. Because honestly, think about it, guys. If you become a professor or some other kind of teacher in a university, you are, most of the time, you're required to do research and publish articles. So professors, in addition to teaching, are constantly doing research and preparing to write some article and to publish things. So they're constantly reading more and more books and looking at more and more articles. And if they had to read the entire book of everything that they ever researched, they would never have time to do anything else, right? So that's why those published annotated bibliographies are really important. Because then the scholars, the researchers, can look at the annotations and say, oh, that's what this book is about. Perfect, okay, I'll use it for my source. All right, how much? Oh my goodness, we only have 5 minutes of class left. I have so much to say all the time. I need to figure out not talk so much. Okay, so one more topic and then we'll get out of here. So, what sort of topic would you guys be interested in researching? Throw out one for me.
Healthcare.
Healthcare? Okay.
Spot. Spot. Spot.
Spot.
Spot.
Sports. Sports. Okay, sports. What kind of sports?
Soccer.
Soccer.
No.
No.
I don't like
Soccer in Spain.
football, soccer.
I like a ping pong.
Ping pong. Oh my. So, where were?
Ping pong. Let's go.
Which one you better?
Yeah. You know?
Where might we find information about soccer or ping pong?
ESPN.
ESPN?
Yes, ping pong for ESPN.
No.
Oh, fine.
I'm talking about soccer. Who can
Yeah.
And guys,
To the sport.
when you're writing about a topic like these ones,
Yeah.
it's okay to watch ESPN TV broadcasts and cite them as sources. It's okay to look at ESPN.com and all of those commentators who say crazy things about different athletes. You know, it's okay to cite them because they are perfectly relevant to your topic. Yes?
Do you use the news on the TV station as a credible source?
Yes, if it
Freedom of
works for
debate.
your topic and it's current, then you can use it. Yeah.
Last week I saw a debate about Fox News. The poll was showing Fox News as incredible resource.
Well, there are a lot of people who think that Fox News is extremely biased. Extremely biased. So if you want to use Fox News as a source, you can, but try to balance it out with some other sources with different perspectives as well. Because there are a lot of people that think Fox News is biased. Oh my goodness, one more thing before we get out of here. About Wikipedia. Okay, so I am much more flexible about Wikipedia than other teachers in this department are, and other teachers at this university are. You can use Wikipedia for some things, but only some things. And let me just tell you. Okay. Be very careful with it. If you look on Wikipedia and you find an article that does not have citations in it, or that says it doesn't meet Wikipedia quality standards, or it says it needs to be expanded, don't use that article. Do not, I repeat, do not use it. Or if you read one article and you find some facts that contradict what you've seen in other sources, don't use that one either. But sometimes Wikipedia really is the most current source available. So, if the Wikipedia article is about some scholarly or very obscure sort of topic, sometimes you can use that article in your paper. For example, I just recently used a Wikipedia article as one of my sources because I felt like the topic was sufficiently obscure. Now I'm still pondering, I'm still deciding whether that was the wisest decision for me. But if it's some really obscure or scholarly topic, ordinary people are not going to be able to just quickly write some false information about that topic. Because that's what Wikipedia is. It's an online encyclopedia that's made by ordinary people like you and me. So, of course, ordinary people have a lot of strange ideas and they might write it down and it might be wrong. I have found articles on Wikipedia that are completely wrong, or mostly wrong.